Good afternoon, folks. This is Corey Babka at the Marks Group. I'm actually going to make an adjustment to my resolution so we can see the screen a little bit more. What I wanted to go over today, this is the monthly What's New with Salesforce webinar that we do. Today, I'm going to focus a little bit on the new Lightning experience for Salesforce, and we're gonna go over that just slightly. Right now, there is a new. We're in winter. Actually, I'm going to open up my Salesforce here. As you can see, we're in winter 16. That is the most recent release of Salesforce at this point. We have a couple minor changes, bug fixes, so on and so forth. But the one that I want to focus on today is essentially the Lightning experience and just go through that. Now, I will be honest with you, I haven't done that much with it yet. I'm personally not a huge fan of it just yet, and I don't know if it's a learning curve. I don't know if it's because I don't use my Salesforce on a mobile device and I haven't been using Salesforce 1 as long as some have. I find it's very Salesforce 1-esque, and maybe that's what the problem is for me personally. But what we're looking at is I will go into it a little bit as to what it looks like, what it does do, and hopefully this video will give you a little bit more insight into this new Lightning experience that they're talking so much about. The other piece is just so you know, Q&A section is open. If you're watching the webinar, there's probably about a 5-second delay, but you can use the Q&A section to actually ask questions, and I'll get to them as I see them, okay? So the very first thing that we look at is that in here, I actually have now, when you go to setup, there's a new section that says the Lightning experience. And if you click on this, it'll actually give you all the information that you need, some videos, some training. You have to enable it. That's one thing that does have to happen. You have to enable it, and then when you get to the bottom, you enable it. Now, once it is enabled, each user can change whether they're seeing it or not based on their name in the upper right. So if I click here, it says switch to Lightning experience. So I just want to show you a couple things here first. Here's my accounts, my contacts, my opportunities, right? I'm going to go into the Lightning experience, and I just say switch. Okay. And this will keep me in this experience for now. Okay. And tell you what, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to stay in this for a little while, so maybe by next month I'll get really good at this. But what I don't like is that I've got certain things like my dashboards are now gone. I do have to actually, I think there's they're in here instead. And there's my dashboards. I can do primary dashboard, and this is where we're going to get that main one that we were looking at before. Okay, this is on my home page. But if I go to my home page, I have quarterly performance, you know, and I can do that. This is my opportunities. I have account insights, right? This is certain things here about like, it's the actual stuff that's dealing with my clients and news. Recent records is down the bottom left. My top deals is my opportunities. I have open tasks down the right, but you can see the screen is much smaller, okay? So I can search Salesforce, and this is just my global search just by, you know, in normal, right? And if I say, I don't want to search, I'm going to search Doreen in Salesforce. I actually want to say in Salesforce, okay? And it should be there. I'm not getting that. I'm just looking for Doreen here. Maybe I have to do a star. I love it when this happens, because if I go to my contacts, Doreen should be in here. There she is. Okay, so, well, there's something right there that I got to look at is why is that happening? So this is actually Doreen here. This is I don't want to set a goal. I don't care about that right now. Here's her title and name, all that kind of stuff. I can send email, edit, new case, new note, all those buttons up top. Here's my activities down the side. You know, there's my next steps, past activities. I can see all these emails that I have saved. Here's some notes and attachments. And then I have some details as well. It's just different information down below. Okay, so it's kind of a busier screen. And I think what you're looking at is in this, when it comes down to it, this is usually shrunk up, this bar down the left. I prefer to have it this way so I can look at my stuff. But here's my accounts, which is my list. I have my views just like normal, right? Here's like Zoho accounts, right? I have leads. These are recently viewed. I have my tasks, my opportunities, my notes, etc. Okay. So what I have here, see, like here's first call note, right? Untitled notes. This is the different new note section of Salesforce. So, and we go into here, and this is fine. I mean, it's okay. If I scroll all the way down, I should be able to go to my recent records, and there's Doreen again, so I can see this. But you see how there's kind of a lot going on that I'm not as wild about. I think it's more for mobile devices. I do think it's built for that. I think if you were using Salesforce 1, it's very good that way. But if I just go here, I'm just going to do SP Industries. See, and there it is. It finds it right there. And there's my recent. So this is the account record. So here's my account, some account insights, right? Scroll down a little bit, notes, attachments, contacts. Here's the different contacts I might have. I can even do a view all, and then I get my list. Okay, go back to SP Industries. So very webified, I guess is what you could say. Probably, I'm going to assume it's also like HTML5. Like if I do this, it probably shrinks it up a little bit to an extent. Right, it should read and know what size we're at. Right. So, but you know, it's just one of those things that I guess it's going to take me a little while to get used to it. I'm not going to lie to you. It's one of those that I think it's good. I think it's easy to use for those that are in the mobile world and they're used to the devices, and we don't have a change between Salesforce 1. But if I go here, here's my apps. So this is the different pieces that we have: sales, call center. You can do that. There's my sales area, right? I have my home, chatter, accounts, and then we're back to where we were, right? Here's my settings. Okay, and there's me. There's my alerts. I don't have any notifications, and here's my help. So it's all up there. It's very, easy to use, easy to see, very, like I said, iPad friendly, iPad-esque, smaller icons, things like that. If I want to get back, all I have to do is go to my setup again, and I can go to, actually, sorry, I'm going to click on my name. And if I click on my name, I see that there's my release notes. I can log out my settings, but I can go switch to Salesforce Classic, and I say switch. And now I'm back to the friendly piece that I'm used to. I'm sorry to say, if I look at Doreen's record here, I'm used to the scroll down and I see everything. I love the pop-up that's up here. It's all those pieces that I'm really, really missing right now. And I need to know where they went. Okay, there's my feed, right? All those types of things, and away we go. So, that being said, the other thing that I noticed that I am missing is there it is. I'll look at this account. I'm missing something known as the notes. There's a new note area, and this is just something I discovered the other day. I have to do a little research into it to figure out where it went, because in here for notes, I can't do notes anymore. Right? Okay, so it's almost like I have to do another piece where I can actually go and do a new note somewhere else up in here. It's actually in my feed. I can say new note. And see, I had this in here, but now it's gone. Oh, because I need it on the contact record. Sorry, hold on one second. There's my feed there, but there's my note, right? There it is. And this is the note we were talking about. So if you go back to that, it's kind of a weird thing that I'm not having it anymore, and I need to look as to where that went because we're missing it, right? So that I noticed with the winter and the lightning experience. I'm wondering if it's just something I lost, because I know that when I went to setup, and if I go to notes, right, there's these note settings, which they are enabled, right? The enhanced version. This is another new thing that I kind of talk about every once in a while. It's the note-taking tool, right? And then after enabling, I need to set up a few additional steps. So maybe that's what I need to do now, and that was the newest thing. Before, you just checked it, said save, and away you go. So I'm going to look into this afternoon and see if I can figure out where it went, right? Customize, view, setup, right? So I have to do some stuff now, I think. Okay. So anyway, so that's it for right now. That is the Lightning experience. Like I said, it's more like a mobile piece. I think people are enjoying it. The other piece that is there, I go here, there's a process builder now. which is new. This is more the Lightning. You can see it's part of Lightning, okay? And it's the process builder. And what this is more like a really, really advanced workflow is what it is now, but it does it with a, and there's overviews and all that kind of stuff. But there's a flow chart is what you're getting now, right? And what you have instead, if I do new, I'm going to call this test process. You can see that the look and feel is more like the Lightning experience that we were just in. And what's important, what is nice, is we can actually do something here where I say, all right, I'm going to add an object. We're going to say, all right, I want to do it with an account. Let's do this here. Only when it's created, edited, created, right? That's fine. Or we can do this here multiple times. And I just say save that, right? And now we've got an account, and we go add criteria, and we say conditions are met, right? We save that, that's fine. Let's just say testing, and we're going to say formula evaluates true. We'll just say account name. Yep, choose is, let me do if I do it this way. I want to do something here, like I can say not null. Let's do this. Let's do length. Okay. And what we want to do is actually take this. We're going to say greater than 1 and save it. Okay. So when the account name is greater than 1, what we want to do is immediate actions, and we want to add an action. Now, this is what's important. This is what's new. We can create a record. Right? We could create like a child record, which is really good. Email alerts, flows, post to chat, or quick actions. So there's things like that, like quick actions, and we say, you know, whatever it is, global actions. But the other thing is we can say create a record. Like I can create contact, right? And so at that point, it would be, we can actually go down and create a contact, right? And this is interesting in how it does it. But what's important is you do all these pieces here, and then you can also set the schedule. When does it happen? If there's a time lapse, if not, you just have it based on criteria. So it's interesting how it's set up. But I've found already that I've got clients that are using it. They love it because they can actually do these things that they weren't able to do without really, really complex items. So it just kind of helps for the newer to Salesforce, the non-developer, the mild administrator. It kind of does that type of thing. Okay, so those are the major two pieces I've noticed recently. You know, the notes, the Lightning process, the Lightning experience as a whole. I ask you to go dig in and do your thing and really kind of experiment with it and see what you like. They're calling it Salesforce Classic, which is making you feel like an old person using it, but I got to tell you, I like the Classic more, at least for right now. More on that later, I guess, as we move through it. So that's about it for right now. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a shorter webinar. Apologies for that. But you know, I don't want to dig into something that I'm not really as familiar with, and I don't want to steer you down the wrong path. So over the coming months, I'm going to be experimenting more and more with it, seeing it more in use at clients, myself, et cetera, et cetera. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found a little bit out of it, and we will talk shortly. All right. Thank you. Any questions, any comments, feel free to drop me a line. Corey@marksgroup.net, which is COREY @marksgroup.net, MARKSGROUP.net. Thank you, folks. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.